vocabulary or sa ating tango. Weather is tenki. And if you want to say how is the weather, tenki wa do desu ka? And if it's hot, you will say atsui desu because hot is atsui. Plus, of course, the des at the end of a sentence. Or you may say thank you wa atsui desu. But in this, tinanggal na ang subject because we already understood that tenki ang ating pinag-uusapan. So, atsui desu, it's hot. And samui desu, it is cold or it's cold. So, now, it's raining today, right? So, kyo wa ame ga futte imasu. So, if the weather is cold, you will say samui desu. But if it's raining today, you will say kyo wa ame ga futte imasu. And the futte plus imasu form is already at the lesson 16. But futte imasu is the ing form of a verb. So, kyo wa ame is rain, ame, and ga is a particle for the subject rain, and futte imasu is the verb for raining. Kyo wa ame ga furimasu or futteimasu because it's raining. And the dictionary form of futteimasu is furu, to rain or umuulan. And kyo is today. Kyo wa, so kyo, in-emphasize niya na today ay umuulan. Kyo wa ame ga futteimasu. So, if I ask you, tenki wa do desu ka? If hot ulit, atsui desu. And if cold, samui desu. And pag umuulan, kyo wa ame ga futteimasu. Or, if sunny naman is haratte imasu. If maaraw, haratte imasu. So, let me end this and balik lang ako sa lesson 3 because sa kanji, may practice siya ng how to read some kanji. So, daijobu, please don't worry kasi meron pa tayong kasamang romaji here. Nilagyan ko siya for you para medyo mabilis mabasa or it's easy for you to read. But kung kaya nang magbasa ng hiragana, please dito sa top tumingin. So now, watashi wa, I will read first. Mainichi shichiji ni okimasu. So we have kanji shichiji ni. So this is the kanji of 7. Plus, of course, the kanji of o'clocks. Okay, so we have watashi wa mainichi shichiji ni okimasu. And we have the verb okimasu to get up. So, every day, I wake up at 7 o'clock. So, mainichi is every day. And of course, watashi, I am. Every day, I wake up at 7 o'clock. Watashi wa mainichi shichiji ni okimasu. And the second sentence, uchi de asa gohan o tabemasu. So we have the place, uchi. Uchi is house. Asagohan is our direct object, breakfast. And we have the verb tabemasu. And in second sentence, hindi niya na nilagay ang subject na watashi. because understood na siya na ang nagsusulat nito. Watashi wa mainichi 7時に起きます。uchi de asagohan o tabemasu. So, I eat breakfast at house or at home because we have the place, direct object, and of course, the verb tabemas or taberu in dictionary form is to eat. And next, the third sentence, hachiji ni daigaku e ikimasu. So, hachiji is 8 o'clock. So, this is the kanji of 8 plus the kanji of G. So, please try to memorize those kanji or this kanji kasi it's very important when taking the exam. Basic kanji lumalabas sa N5. Hachiji ni, so because time siya, kaya ni ang ating particle. Hachiji ni daigaku. Daigaku is university. Ikimasu. So, dito, ginamit niya ay but you can also use ni for places na ang verb is goal of movement for destination. Ikimasu is to go. So, at 8, I will go to the university. So, we have the place daigaku ni ikimasu or daigaku e ikimasu. At 8 o'clock, I will go to university. So, next we have kuji is 9. This is the kanji of 9. Kuji ni, and this is the kanji of o'clock, of course, yung pangalawang kanji. Kuji ni Nihongo o benkyou shimasu. So, we have the direct object Nihongo, and we have the verb benkyou shimasu. Benkyou shimasu is to study. So, at 9 o'clock, I will study Nihongo or I study Nihongo. And we have, of course, ju. This is the kanji of 10. And this is the kanji of 2. Ju ni jihan. And this is the kanji for half. Han. So, ju ni jihan ni daigaku de hiru gohan o tabemasu. So, we have the daigaku. Daigaku is university. We have the place. Time, 12 jihan ni daigaku de. And after the place, of course, we have de. Pag meron tayong direct object and verb. Hirugohan is lunch. And tabemasu is to eat. So, at 12:30, I will eat lunch at the university. So, 12時半に大学で昼ご飯を食べます。We have the place 大学。And next sentence, tokidoki. Tokidoki is sometimes. Kohi o nomimasu. So, we have the frequency adverb. We have the direct object. And of course, the verb. So, sometimes, I drink coffee. Tokidoki, kohi o nomimasu. And next sentence, yoji. This is the kanji for 4. And the kanji for o'clock. And yoji ni, we have the time. Toshokan, this is our place. Library, toshokan. Toshokan de, hon o yomimasu. Hon is book. And the verb for to read is yomu. Kaya naging yomimasu. So, at 4 o'clock, I will read book at the library. So, we have the place, Toshokan Library. We have the direct object, hon. And we have, of course, the verb for to read, yomu, to read. Because you verb siya again, naging yomi. Remove the you, replace by I. And of course, add the mas form of the verb, yomimasu. And next sentence, rokuji, roku This is the kanji for 6. So, ito siya. Rokuji, goro, uchi e kaerimasu. Or, uchi ni kaerimasu. So, goro is at about. So, at about 6 o'clock, I will go home because we have the verb kaerimasu. Kairu is to go home. And we have the place uchi. Uchi is home. So, rokuji goro at about 6 o'clock. If you want to say at about, you will add goro after the time. Rokuji goro uchi e or uchi ni kaerimasu. And next sentence, juji. Juji is 10. This is the kanji for 10. Juji ni terebi. Terebi is TV o mimasu. At 10 o'clock, I will watch TV. We have the direct object terebi and we have the verb mimasu. 12時頃, 12時, 12 o'clock. So, 10 plus 2, 12時頃寝ます. I will sleep at about 12 o'clock. At about goro, and we have the verb nemasu. And pag walang goro, of course, ni ang kasunod. 12時に寝ます. I will sleep or I sleep at 12 o'clock. So, let's try to read this. At your own. So, first, meron muna siyang romaji. If hindi pa nabasa yung hiragana, dito muna tumingin sa romaji. So, can you try the first sentence? Dayan-san, you want to try?
私は毎日7時に起きます。
Right. The next sentence, Jovi-san. Next, Dayan-san.
8時に大学へ行きます。
Hi, arigato gozaimasu. Next is Jovi-san. Hi, arigato gozaimasu. How about Dayan-san?
12時半に大学で昼ご飯を食べます。
Hi. Next, Jovi-san. Tsugi is Dayan-san. Dozo.
4時に図書館で本を読みます。
Hi, arigato gozaimasu. How about Jovi-san? Next sentence. Hi, 6時頃家へ帰ります. How about next sentence?
10時にテレビを見ます。
And the last sentence? Hi, 12時頃寝ます. And saan tumingin? Hiragana ba or sa romaji? But yes, so ang bilis magbasa. So let's try yung walang romaji. So do you want to try? Dayan and Zoe-san, kaya ba? Syempre, of course, sa una, mahirap and mabagal. So, sino hindi pa kaya? Zoe-san, do you want to try? Hindi pa po kaya. And how about Dayan-san?
Hindi pa po kaya, ma'am.
Hi. So, mahirap talaga magbasa in hiragana. But, when you have free time and nasa bahay kayo, nasa kanji book siya, pwede nyo siyang try i-read. So, dati, ang ginagawa ko nung unang aral ng Nihongo, nilalagyan ko siya ng romaji sa taas. Watashi wa, and so on. Diba? Right? Para mas madali siyang mabasa ko. And, minemorize talaga ang hiragana, kahit hiragana lang. Watashi wa mainichi 7時に起きます. Para naman makasama natin yung reading sa ating study. Para after ng lesson 12, natuto tayong magbasa. Hindi natin naiwan ang reading practices, right? Kasi sayang naman ang binabayad natin if hindi tayo nakakabasa. So, if you have free time, please try to read hiragana or practice hiragana. Okay? So, next time, sana marunong na tayo magbasa ng hiragana. I know, mahirap, pero pag natuto na, madali lang pala. Para lang siyang A, E, I, O, U, right? Iba nga lang ang kanyang sulat. Nihongo, syempre. But I know, kayang-kaya nyo yan. So, now we will move on to lesson 4. And in lesson 4, we already have the past tense of des, the past tense of verb. Medyo nakakalito lang siya ng onte like lesson 3 because we already have the past tense of verb. And now, the first date, hajimete. Hajimete is first. So, if you want to say first class, hajimete no lesson. Lesson is class or kurasu. First lesson, hajimete no lesson. And first class is hajimete no kurasu. Or kung ano man ang first. Hajimete. So, this is the kanji of first. Hajimete plus the no. This is no. And the deto. Deto. So, date is deto. The first date is talaga yung romance na date, hindi yung sa calendar. Hajimete no deto. The first date. So, we have the kaiwa dialogue. So, sumimasen. Mary and Shiranai Hito. Shiranai Hito is the person you don't know because this is the kanji of Hito. Person. Hito, ito yung hiragana. And the kanji is here. Shiranai is the person you don't know. Because Shiranai is I don't know. Shiranai, I don't know. And if you want to say, I don't know that person, Shiranai Hito. Shiranai. So, lagyan ko siya ng romaji. Sumimasen. Makudo narido wa doko desu ka? So, excuse me, we have the makdo narido wa doko desu ka? So, we have X, the place na hinahanap mo or kung ano man ang hinahanap mo will become your subject. And we have the wa and we have the doko desu ka? Doko is the WH question where. And pag may doko, of course, meron tayong des plus the ka. So, McDonald's wa doko desu ka? Where is the McDo? Excuse me, where is the McDonald's? So, ang McDo sa Japan is Makudo Narido or Maku. Simply as Maku. And Shiranai hito, asoko ni depato ga arimasu ne. So we have the asoko. Asoko is the location where is the depart, the McDonald's. So we have the place. Asoko ni depato ga arimasu ne. So there is a department store over there. So sabi niya, meron daw department store doon. Ga arimas. So this is the verb for there is. So we have the place. So pag may verb ka na arimas, lagi siyang word order niya place, ni, and X kung ano man ang nandun. X ga Arima. So, there is a department store over there, right? Because ne, arimas ne, you want a confirmation from the listener. So, McDonald's wa. So, we have the subject. Ano depato no? mae desyo. So, the McDonald's is in front of the department store. So, in this lesson, we will learn how to say exact location of an item na hinahanap. So, department store no mae des. So, mae is in front and we have the department store. The location nasa harapan daw ng department store. McDonald's wa depato no mae des. So, ano is nag-isip pa siya? McDonald's wa ano depato no mae desyo. So, this is the department store and we use the no particle for two nouns and mae is run. So, the location and the location word run. McDonald's wa ano depato no mae desyo. If you want to say in front of Macdo no mae des. So, dito, department no mae in front of department store or in front of my home. Uchi, home, in front of home. Uchi no mae. Mae is in front. So, arigatou gozaimasu is the polite form of saying thank you because hindi niya kilala ang kausap niya. The person she didn't know or stranger. Shiranai hito. Next, we have, so let's try to read muna yung previous slide. Sorry. So, can you try to read? Mary-san is Dayan-san and Shiranai Hito is Jovis-san. Dozo.
すみません。マクドナルドはどこですか？マクドナルドはデパートのメイですよ。
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. But, asoko ni. Because ni is a particle. And this is mae. Because, para lang siyang may because nakasulat siya in Romaji. But, this is mae. Wala silang may. Because pag nakasulat in hiragana, mae. Yung a, e, i, o. Right? So, ni and mae. So, next we have in the evening at Mary Host's family's house. Tadaima. Tadaima is I'm home. So, pag nakauwi ka na, tadaima. And the person who will respond, okaeri nasai, welcome home. Because this is Mary and this is her father, otosan. Otosan is father. But if you're referring to your own father, again, chichi. And referring to your own mother is haha. Haha. Hi. Okaeri nasai. Eiga wa do deshita ka? So we have now the past tense of how is or how was is the movie. So eiga is your subject. Eiga is movie and this is now the kanji of eiga. Ito. So, madali lang naman siya if kokopyahin mo yung kanji. So, para lang ma-familiarize, iyan ang kanyang kanji. Okaeri nasai, welcome home. Eiga wa do deshita ka? So, do deshita is how was is the movie. Do deshita ka? How was. And, di ba, sa present tense is do desu ka? The present tense of do deshita ka is do desu ka. How is the movie? But now, we are on the past tense. How was the movie? Or kanina, tenki wa do deshita ka? How was the weather? And if present tense, tenki wa Do desu ka? How is the weather? And Mary responds, Mimasen deshita. We have the mimasen. Miru is to watch. But pag hindi nanood or negative affirmative is mimasen. Remove the ru and replace by masen. Mimasen. So, I will not watch or I not or hindi ka na, I will not watch the negative present tense. But now, we have the past tense. Mimasen plus the deshita will become the past tense of the verb. I didn't watch. Mimasen deshita. Takeshi-san wa kimasen deshita. So, we have Takeshi, subject, wa, and we have the verb. Kimasen is didn't come. So, we have the kuru, the dictionary form, and pag hindi pumunta in present affirmative is kimasen because it's irregular, kimasen. But now we have the past tense, deshita. Kimasen plus the deshita. Past tense negative, past tense of verb. So, Takeshi didn't come. Mimasen deshita. I didn't watch. Takeshi-san wa kimasen deshita. Takeshi didn't come. Eh, doshite desu ka? Oh, why? Because and maliit na su, small su, do desu. Doshite desu ka? Doshite is why. So, if you want to say why, you will say doshite desu ka? Why? So, if I ask you doshite desu ka? Of course, ang sagot is ang reason. Doshite desu ka? And Mary responds, wakarimasen. Wakarimasen is I don't know or I don't understand. So, of course, pag sinabi sa'yo, wakarimashita ka, do you understand? You will say, wakarimas, I understand, or wakarimasen, I don't understand. But in here, I don't know ang meaning ng wakarimasen. Doshite desu ka? Why? I don't know. Wakarimasen. Dakara. So now we have the dakara. Therefore, dakara. Hitori de honya to otera ni ikimashita. Hitori de is myself or alone, hitori de. Honya is bookstore. So, this is the kanji of honya. And this is otera. Otera is temple. So, to is end. So, hitori de honya to otera ni ikimashita. So, I went to a bookstore and a temple alone. Honya to otera ni ikimashita. So, hito ga taksan imashita ka? So, hito is people and we have ga and we have the taksan, a lot. And imashita is referring to a person or a living things. If there is a person, you will say hito ga imashita. Were there a lot of people? Hito ga taksan imashita ka? The past tense of verb and the ka, of course, at the end of the sentence. Hito ga taksan imashita ka? And Mary responds, Hai, otera de shashin o taksan torimashita. So we have the place otera, temple, de, of course, kasi meron tayong direct object, shashin. And we have the particle o and direct object torimashita. And taksan is a lot. So yes, I took a lot of picture in the temple. So, depato ni mo ikimashita. Now we have the also for the place. So we have depato ni ikimashita. But if you want to say, I also went to the department store, you will use depato ni plus mo ikimashita. Hi, omiyage desu. Omiyage is souvenir. So if you want to say, here is a souvenir, hi, omiyage desu, dozo. So if you want to offer something, you will use dozo. Omiyage desu. So in Japan, mahilig sila sa omiyage. For example, you are taking a vacation somewhere or nakalib ka and pagbalik mo ng company, dapat meron kang something na souvenir, kahit small things. Omiyage. Omiyage ang tawag. Omiyage is souvenir. Omiyage des. So, let's try to read this one. So, Mary is Joey-san and Oto-san is Dayan-san. Dozo.
おかえりなさい。映画はどうでしたか？どうしてですか？人がたくさんいましたか？ありがとう。
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. And now we will proceed to the third part of the conversation. So, Takeshi-san, kino kimasen deshita. And now we have the time for yesterday. So, yesterday is kino. Yung last time we have the kyo. Kyo is today. But kino is yesterday. Kimasen deshita ne. Dito, gumamit si Marisa ng after ng past tense ng des ng ne. So, she want to confirm that hindi pumunta si Takeshi kahapon. Takeshi-san, kino kimasen deshita ne? Oh, Takeshi, you didn't come yesterday, did you? Alright. Kimasen deshita ne? The past tense of the verb kimasen. Negative past tense of verb. Ikimashita yo. So, ikimashita is the past tense of ikimasu. So, iku and the mass form, the present tense, affirmative, ikimasu, and the past tense affirmative is ikimashita. I went there. Yo is you want to assure that pumunta ka. Ikimashita yo. I went there. Mosubaga no maede ichijikan machimashita. I waited for 1 hour in front of the most burger place. So, most baga is a most famous burger in Japan. Mosu baga. Mosu baga no mae is in front of the most burger de because most baga no mae will become your place in front of the most burger. Ichijikan, the duration of time, if you want to say 1 hour, you will add kan at the end of ichiji. Because ichiji is 1 o'clock, right? Ichiji. But if you want to say 1 hour, you will add kan. And also, nandito siya sa lesson 4. Ichijikan machimashita. Machimashita is I waited for 1 hour in front of Mouse Burger Place. Matsu, to wait. And su become chi. Because sa, chi, su, te, to. Will become chi. Machi, mashita. Nasa ta, chi, tsu, ta, chi, su, te, to. And dahil su siya, it will become the I syllable. Chi. Machimashita. I waited. Or matsu is to wait. Machimas. Machimas is I will wait. Machimas. Of course, the present tense of the verb. And the past tense is machimashita. Mosubaga janai desu yo. So we have the noun. We have the janai desu. So to become the statement negative. Not most bagal. And Mary assured that hindi sa most bagar because she used yo at the end of the sentence. Mas baga janai desu yo. Makudo narudo desu yo. Sa McDonald's. Not most burger. McDonald's. Makudo narudo gomenasai. So, McDonald's, I'm sorry. So, we have the noun janai is to become the statement negative, right? In lesson 2, I think. Sakana janai desu yo. It's not a fish. So, can you try to read? Mary is the number 1, Dayan-san, while Takeshi, number 2, is Jovi-san. Dozo.
あ、竹内さん、昨日来ませんでしたね。モスバーガーじゃないですよ。マクドナルドですよ。
Hi, arigato gozaimasu. Patsuri desu yo. It's perfect. And now let's move on for the tango. Tango again is vocabulary. So, yun nasa taas is ang kanji ng tango. Go is the kanji for language. Kaya iyan din ang nasa hulihan ng Nihongo. So, Nihongo kanji ay nasa lesson 4, I think. And we have nouns, activities. If you want to say part-time job, arubaito. Written in katakana, arubaito. And we have shopping, kaimono. And if you want to say to go shopping, you will add suru or to do shopping. Kaimono, suru. Naging verb na siya, to go shopping. Kaimono suru. But if you want to say shopping, kaimono. Kurasu is class, kurasu. Anata is you, but hindi siya commonly used pag sa Japan because it's harsh to use anata sa person. If you don't know the name, please ask the name and say sumimasen, onamai wa nan desu ka? And next we have chair, isu. Dog, inu, and the kanji of dog is here. Madali lang, right? Kayang-kayang tandaan. Souvenir, omiyage. Omiyage. We have kodomo. Kodomo is child. Gohan, rice or meal. Gohan. Shashin is picture. Shashin. And the verb for shashin is toru. Torimas. I will take a picture. Shashin o torimas. Sukue, des, and the kanji of sukue, madali lang din. Sukue. Not sukue, but sukue. Nagiging we. Sukue, sukue. Letter, tegami. But yung kanji, ay yung hiragana ng tango, medyo nababasa naman kahit walang romaji. Kahit mabagal, right? Kasi isang word lang siya. Cat, neko, and the kanji of neko is here. Pan, written in katakana, of course, is bread. Hito is person. And we have meru is email. And next, for places, dumadami na ang ating vocabulary for places. Temple, otera, otera. And the kanji of temple is here. So, tera lang talaga siya. But if sa Japan, gusto nilang maging mas polite ang tawag nila sa temple because temple is one of their culture, right? So, going to temple is one of their culture. So, o plus tera will become polite of saying temple o tera. And we have now park, koen, koen, supa, this is supa, supermarket, depato, department store, and we have now bus stop, bus stay. So, in Japan, uso sa kanila ang bus stop. So, bus stay. So, meron talaga silang specific time and specific bus stop kahit saan. Hospital, byoin, byoin. Hoteru is hotel. Bookstore is honya. So, this is the kanji of book and the kanji of store. Kaya siya naging honya. And we have the town or city is machi. Machi, town, city. And next, we have restaurant is restaurant. Restaurant. Wala silang T at the end of restaurant, but restaurant. And next, we have the time. So, kino, kagaya nga sabi ko kanina, is yesterday, and the kanji of kino is here. But today is kyo. So, don't forget kyo and kino. So, in past tense, yesterday, kino, and today is kyo. And we have 4 hours, jikan. So, if you want to say 1 hour, ichi jikan. 2 hours, ni plus the jikan, ni jikan. So, 1 hour, ichi jikan. And we have last week, senshu. Senshu. When at the time of is toki. If you want to say, when I was a child, kodomo is child, kodomo no toki. And if you want to say, when I was 20 years old, so the 20 years old, nijusai no toki. So, when at the time of. So, pag gusto mo bumalik dun sa oras na yon, you will say, kuwari nung college, Daigakusei no Toki, when I was a college student. Sorry. When I was a college student. And we have Monday. So, kompleto na tayo ng Monday until Friday. So, we have Getsuyobi. So, pare-parehas lang yung kanji nila dito sa hulihan. Nagkakaiba lang is yung kanji na nasa left side, yung nauna. So, Getsuyobi, Monday, the kanji for moon and months. Kayobi, Tuesday, so the kanji for fire, Kayobi. And Suiyobi, Wednesday, the kanji for water. So, this is the kanji for water, but we will read as Suiyobi. And ito din yung kanji ng water na Mizu. Mizu is water. And we have Thursday, Mokuyobi, the kanji for tree, but we will read as Moku plus the yobi, of course. And Kinyobi is the kanji for gold here, but it's Friday. Kin plus the yobi is Friday. And we have now the U verbs is ao, to meet, to see a person. So, if you want to see the person, so person and the particle is ni. So, hindi siya place, but pag ginagamit mo tong verb na to, you will use ni sa person. If you want to say, I will see Jen or I will meet Jen, Jen ni I must. Of course, drop the U and replace by I. And add the must, I must. If you want to say, I saw Dayan. So, the subject or the person you saw, Dayan san ni aimashita. Of course, the past tense of the verb. Mas magiging mashita. The mas will become mashita or mashita. Not mashita, but mashita. I mashita. Or I will meet Dayan. Dayan ni aimasu. Or Dayan-san, of course. And we have aru is there is. So, ito ang kanyang word order. So, place ni and the item na nandun, ting, ga, and arimas. And the verb. And we have the cow to buy. So, if you want to buy something, smartphone no kaimas. I will buy smartphone. Or pag past tense, I bought smartphone, smaho o kaimashita. And we have the verb for to write, kaku, kakimasu. So, hiragana wo kakimasu. And we have now the verb for to take a picture, toru, toru. And we have the verb for matsu, to wait, yung kanina, I waited, machimashita. But the present tense is machimasu. The mas form, of course. And we have wakaru is to understand. Wakarimasu, wakarimasen. I don't understand, right? Then we have the ru verb, iru. Person stays at a place. So, place ni person ga imas. So, the mass form of iru, remove the ru, and palitan ng mas. Imas. So, watashi ga or watashi wa uchi ni imas. I am at home. If you want to say na nasa place ka na yon, place ni imas. Right now, I am at home. So, uchi ni imas. So, uchi, watashi ga, or watashi wa, uchi ni imasu. I am at home. Uchi ni imasu. Or kung nasa mall ka, moro ni imasu. And now we have the other expression. Burai is at, about, or approximate measurement. Gomenasai is also sorry. So, pag in Japanese, lagi nilang ginagamit ang gomenasai. Imbis na sumimasen. So, more often nilang gamit is gomenasai. And we have now for so or therefore, dakara, therefore, dakara. And we have the taksan, many or lot. Taksan, not takosan. So, please remember this. Taksan, many or a lot. Taksan. Not taku, but taksan. Silent U. Okay? Taksan. Not taku, but taksan. And we have to. To is together with a person. And doshite is why. Doshite desu ka? Why? And hitori de is alone. And the kanji of hitori is here. And of course, the hiragana de. Hitori de, if you want to say alone or all by myself. Hitori de, kisaten ni ikimasu. I will go to a coffee shop alone. And next, we have the location word. So, after this location word, we will have 10-minute break. So, location word is, we have migi. Migi is right. So, ito siya, migi, right? And the kanji is here. Hidari, left. Hidari. Mae is in front. And we have ushiro. Ushiro is back. Naka is inside. And we have ue is on. And we have shita, under. Chikaku is near or nearby. Tonari, the kanji of tonari, of course, is next. And we have aida, is in between. So if you want to say in between table and chair, so for example, in between mouse and notebook. So we have the A, the mouse, and we have the B is the notebook. So mouse to B no aida des. In between mouse and the notebook. Mouse will become your A and B will become your notebook. So we have the A to Bino plus the Aida. So if you want to say Hana, this is Hana. Wa doko desu ka? So this is Hana, flower. You will say at the top of the table or on the table, you will use sukue. Sukue is table. Sukue no ue desu. No plus the location word. Right, left, in front, until, between. So, kung nasaan siya at the top of the table. Sukue no ue desu. Ue is on the table. Sukue no ue desu. At the table or on the table. So, we have another example. Yung bag, hinahanap. Kabag wa doko desu ka? So, this is the bag. Where is the bag? So, this is the table or sukue. Sukue no shita desu. Under the table. So, place kung nasaan siya or kung ano yung katabi niya. Sukue no plus location word under the table. Sukue no shita desu. So, this is shita. The bag is under the table. So, we will move on to grammar construction. But for now, let's have a 10 minutes break. So, QK shimasu. Let's have a break. And we will continue at 7. あなたの町に日本のレストランがありますか？はい。私の町に日本のレストランがあります。Yes, there is a Japanese restaurant at my town. So, how about Dayan-san? Dayan-sanの町に日本のレストランがありますか？
はい。私の町に日本のレストランがあります。
はい、よかったですね。And how about Jovi-san? Jovi-sanの町に日本のレストランがありますか？私の町。はい、ありますね or ありました。So, there is a Japanese restaurant at my city. And let's try number 2. あなたの家に猫がいますか？家 is the place. Uchi, right? Uchi or iye is place. So, this is the kanji of home. Iye or uchi is home. Anata no iye ni will become ni. Neko, neko is cat and the kanji of neko is here. Will become your ex. Living thing siya, kaya ga imas ka Is there a cat at your home? Is there is a cat in your home? So, anata no ie ni neko ga imasu ka? If yes, watashi no ie ni neko ga imasu. If wala, if no, iie, watashi no ie ni neko ga imasen. Pag wala, imasen. There is no cat in my home or house. How about Jovi-san? Jovi-san no ie ni neko ga imasu ka? Arigato gozaimasu. Batsuri desu yo. It's perfect. How about Dayan-san? Dayan-san no ie ni neko ga imasu ka?
いえ、私の家に猫がいません。
はい。私の家に猫がいません。はい。バッチリですよ。How about number 9? So, let's try number 9. あなたの家に何がありますか? So, nani is what? Will become your ex. Papalitan mo lang yung nani ng sagot mo. And we have the ga arimasu ka. So, what is in your house or what you have in your house. So, for example, we have a table. Watashi no ie ni sukue will become our ex. Sukue ga arimasu. So, what do you have in your house? So, how about Dayan-san? Dayan-san no ie ni nani ga arimasu ka?
私の
家に
家にテレビがあります。
Yes. Watashi no ie ni terebi ga arimasu. And if you want to say food, food is tabemono. Tabemono ga arimasu. And if drinks, so please try to memorize this because wala pa ata to sa ating vocabulary. Drinks is mono. Nomimono, drinks. Tabemono is food. Nomimono is drinks. How about Jovi-san? Jovi-san no ie ni nani ga arimasu ka? Yes, watashi no ie ni computer ga arimasu. So, batsuri desu yo. Tadashi, it's perfect. And it's correct. So, let's have our last topic in lesson 4 for this lesson. So, we will continue na lang next week because hindi siya matatapos today. Masyado mahaba. So, kasama dito sa lesson 4, describing where things are. So, in lesson 2, we already know that as for the location X, you can use word doko desu ka? So, X wa doko desu ka? Sa lesson 2. X wa doko desu ka? Here. So, X is the subject, of course. So, kung ano hinahanap mo. McDonald's wa doko desu ka? Where is the McDo? But in lesson 2, you simply say asoko, soko, and koko. Natatandaan pa ba yung, natatandaan pa ba ang asoko? Asoko is over there. Soko is there. And Coco is here, right? So, pag nire-response natin tong question na to, we will say the X, wa, plus the Y, des. X, wa, Y, des. X will become your subject. Wa, the topic marker or the topic article. And we have the Y, the location word. McDonald's wa asoko desu. McDonald's wa soko desu. McDonald's wa Koko des. McDonald's is over there. McDonald's right there near you. And McDonald's is right there. But now, we will learn how to be more specific in saying where is the item X. More specific location. We will have now the X, wa, the subject, of course, and we have the what, the topic marker or the topic particle, and we have the Y, no, location word, more specific than lesson 2. So it is in front of the department store. We want to say McDonald's is in front, Maku is in front of the department store. Of course, Maku is our X, kaya siya yung nasa unahan. Makdo Narudo will become our subject. And of course, after the subject, we have the wa. Makudo Narudo wa. Depato will become McDonald's is in front of the department store. Department store will become our Y. McDonald's wa. Depato become our Y. Our second or our first location word, department store or in front of the department store. Department store no or depato no. Mae des. Mae is front, our location word. So, X is in front of Y. X, again, is in front of Y. Or McDonald is in front of the department store. So, McDonald's wa. Depato no mae des. We have the X, we have the wa, we have the Y, plus the no, and of course, the location word and the des. So, medyo complicated siya ngayon, but I know medyo masasanay din kayo. Kasi mas complicated siya dito sa lesson 2 no McDonald's wa. Asoko des. But now, we have the Y, we have the no, and the location words. And the location words kanina is yung nasa front, left, right, yung migi, hidari, uwe, and so on. So, please don't forget the X, the wa, Y, no, and the location word. Of course, our X is the subject. McDonald's is in front of the department store. So, McDonald's, McDonald's, wa, become your X. Depato will become your Y. And of course, the no and your mae is the location word. McDonald's, wa. Depato no mae des. McDonald's is in front of the department store. So, this is the summary. So, we have the X, we have the wa, Y, no, and the location word. So, ang ibig sabihin, X is to the right of Y. Okay? So, X is to the left of Y. So, X, Y, Y, no, plus the location word. So, and so on. But, pag in between, X is between Y and Z, you will use the subject X. We have the wa. Y is your first item. To, we will use to. Plus Z is your second item. No, Aida des. Aida is in between. For example, I have a cell phone and notebook here. So, smaho, noto, and I have a pen. Sorry, I will get a pen. X, Y, Y to, Zeno, Aida des. So, end ko muna to show. And hi. So, for example, I have a pen here. I have a smartphone. And I have a notebook. So, if you want to say the phone is at the middle at this of these two of the pencil and notebook, you will say this will become your subject. Smartphone wa. Smartphone wa will become your subject. Y will become the pen. Pen, to, plus the to. No to is your zay. No to no, Aida, des. So, let's try to write it. If you want to say the pen or the smartphone is between the pen and the notebook, so I will draw, this is the pen, pen. And we have the phone here between the notebook and the pen. This is the notebook. Noto. So if you want to say the pen is between the smartphone is between the pen and the notebook, you will use kung ano yung nasa gitna is ayun ang X. So smartphone wa, smaho, smaho wa will become your X, and Y is the pen, pen to, pen, and of course the to, pen to, pen and noto will become your Z, noto. This is your Y, this is your Z, and smartphone will become your X. So, smaho wa, pen to, noto no, Aida. Aida is between, no, Aida des. So, the smartphone is between the pen and the noto. Aida des. So, we have example here. The bank is next to the library. Of course, ang subject natin is bank. Here. This will become our X. And we have is next to the library. Library will become our Y. And next is will become our location word. So, ang sabi, X, Y, Y, no? Location word, des. So, X will become ginko, our subject. Ginko wa. Toshokan will become our Y. No, and our location word next to tonari des. The bank is next to the library. So, XYY no location word plus the des. So, we have two examples. The umbrella is under the table. We have the subject umbrella will become our X. The umbrella will become our X. And the table will become our Y. Under the table and location word will become under. So, para siyang X, location word, and the Y. But in Nihongo, will X, kasawa. Umbrella is kasa, will become our subject. Kasawa. Depato, Y. Depato, sorry. Table is sukue, not depato. Sukue. Sukue no shita des. Shita is under, will become our location word. So, if you want to say, the pen is under the table, this is the table, and this is the pen, but pen is your subject, pen wa. Sukue no shita des. But on the table, pen wa, still the pen is our subject, pen wa. Sukue no ue des. Ue is above the table. Ue. So, pen wa sukue no ue des. And yun nga, if you want to say between two items, so the restaurant is between the department store and the hospital. Department store and the hospital will become our Y and Z. This is our Y and this is our Z, hospital. So, of course, the restaurant will become our subject and between is our location word. So, restaurant wa. These are X. Restaurant wa. Depato Y. To byoin no aida des. So, the restaurant is between the department store and the hospital. Restaurant wa depato to byoin no aida des. And the kanji of aida is here. So, madali lang siya gayahin. Aida. Ang ibig sabihin niyan is gate na nag-open. Aida. Yan. Aida. Des. And we have any location words together with a verb to describe an event that occurred in place. So, I waited for Mary in front of the Mosu burger. So, we have the subject I. We have the verb waited, machimashita. We have the direct object Mary, Mary-o machimashita. So, this is our direct object and the verb Mary-san-o machimashita in front of the most burger place. So, we have most burger, our Y, and we have in front our location word. So, why? No. Location word will become our place. So, ni ang kasunod niya. So, watashi wa. So, watashi wa, mosubaga no mae will become the place. Mosubaga no mae de. De siya because meron tayong direct object. Mary-san wo machimashita. I waited for Mary in front of the most burger place. So, if I say I waited for Jovi-san in front of the McDonald's, watashi wa McDonald's no in front, mae de, of course de, at the end of the place. Jovi-san no machimashita. So, doon ako naghintay sa harapan ng McDonald's. Wakdo will become your Y. Plus no, of course, the location word. Y is in front or Y is at the left or at the hidari. Or X is to the right of or X is to the left of and so on. So, medyo magulo ang location word. Medyo mahirap siya unlike sa lesson 2. But, it is more specific. Okay? So, X is in front of Y. Depato no maedes. McDonald's wa depato no maedes. The McDonald's is in front of the department store. But if you want to have mosubagar no mae, mosubagar no in front or in front of the most burger will become the place kung saan ka nag-antay. And now, let's try to look at the picture and tell where are the following things are. So, we have the example, hon, is book. So this is the book. Hon will become our subject. Honwa. So honwa, hon RX. And kung saan siya nakalagay sa table will become RY. Sukue will become RY. Sukue no, of course, after Y, we have the no. Sukue no ue desu on that table will become our location word. Honwa. Sukue no ue desu. Hon will become our X. Sukue will become our Y. And we have the no and we have the location word. So let's try number 1, enpitsu. So this is the enpitsu. Enpitsu will become our X. Enpitsu wa, of course, kasunod niya wa. So written in ha, but pronounced as wa. Enpitsu wa. And our Y is the table. Sukue no, and the location word is on the table. Ue desu. Enpitsu wa sukue no ue desu. The pencil is at the or on the table. X is on the table. So how about number 3, Tokei. This is Tokei. Tokei will become your X. So, can you try, Dayan-san? Tokei wa? Or Y will become the TV or the table? Tokei wa? Dayan-san,
To,
can you try?
Tokei wa tsukue no ue desu.
Sukue no ue desu. Or pag teribi no mae desu. Because the telephone is in front of the TV. So, teribi no mae desu. How about denwa? Denwa will become our subject. Jovi-san, can you try? Denwa wa? Sukue to? Or sukue no ue desu. The telephone is on the table. But in front of the TV, denwa wa? Teribi no mae desu. Okay? Or next, we have the kaban. So, will become our X. But nandito siya sa ilalim ng table. Kaban wa. Kaban will become our X. Kaban wa. And Y is the table. Sukue. And under is shita. The location word, sukue no shita desu. The bag is under the table. So, kung nasaan siya, kung nasa under siya ng table, yun ang Y mo. And Y no plus the location word. So, number 2 is racket. Raketo is raketa inside ng bag. The racket is inside of the bag. So, raketo wa. We have our subject, raketo. Inside is naka. Naka. So, don't forget the word naka. Raketo wa. Of course, we have the X, raketo. Raketo wa. And ang Y natin is the kaban. Kaban is bag. Kaban no, this is our Y. Because nasa loob siya ng bag. Kaban no, and the location word is naka. naka desu. The racket is inside of the bag. Racket wa kaban no naka desu. So if I want to say the pen is inside of the bag, pen wa kaban no naka desu. Or pen wa uh, packet no naka desu. Naka is inside. So where is the pen? Naka desu or simply as naka desu. Packet no naka desu. Inside my packet. And it's already 7:56. Medyo mabibitin tayo pag pinagpatuloy natin ang past tense ng des. And we will continue the past tense of des and the past tense of the verbs next week. Medyo mahaba siya para meron na tayong past tense of verb, yung actions na nagawa mo na. And of course, we will learn about Nihongo for months, Nihongo for days. Meron din siya. And of course, this is the Nihongo for the calendar and Nihongo for months. For you to enable to say yung birthday nyo kunwari pag nagsi-self-introduction because it's very important to know what is or when is your birthday. So now, we learn about ex ga arimas and ex ga imas. So, very important yon. So, if you want to say, I have errands, yoji ga arimasu. Or testo, if you have testo ga arimasu. So, again, pag non-living things, arimasu. Pag living things is imasu. Ex ga arimasu, ex ga imasu. Okay, so thank you for today, Joby-san and Dayan-san. And Yukuri yasunde kudasai. Please take a rest well and 今日は雨が降っています. Today is raining. But ngayon, medyo tumigil na siya, right? Wala nang bagyo. So, stay safe and thank you again for joining. And what we will say at the end of the class, arigatou gozaimasu and otsukare sama deshita. So, can you say that? First, Joby-san. Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. How about Dayan-san?
Arigatou gozaimasu. Otsukare sama deshita.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu. Marunong na tayong mag-Nihongo ng thank you for your hard work and hindi na tayo nabubulol, right? So, I'm so proud of both of you. So, thank you for joining. You can leave now.